president. She paid the carbon credit. She said this time she was going to pay it to offset her plane, but she never paid it. This election, she made the statement that she was going to pay for some carbon credits to counter what she's used with her private plane while campaigning, but they checked and she didn't do it. But the first time she tried to go against Barack, that she did actually fail, which is a scam. It's just a scam. I wish I'd have thought of it. I'm so mad at myself.
Do we need Rick and Bubba's carbon credit and hot dog stand?
Yeah.
Buy your hot dogs and your carbon credits all at one stop.
Gore's net worth. They were talking about that. I heard, I forgot what show it was on. They were saying they compared his net worth to before he became the Inconvenient Truth guy. And he's made a ton of money off this.
What about Bubba's big house of carbon credits?
As the athletes have become bigger, stronger, faster, these collisions they're worse than what we expect.
Yeah. Again, we used to take our helmet and use it as a weapon.
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore.
And the way the practices have changed too. They don't practice the way.
That's smart.
Yeah.
We don't have
How about this?
we don't put them 20 yards apart and crash them into each other.
I talked to a guy.
Remember Bull in the Rain?
He couldn't believe what I was saying. He was at the workout yesterday. He was a young guy. And I said, in the era that we played, I said that we didn't have how many tackles you had. It was how many hits you had.
Right.
So I said, 4 people could all be awarded a hit on one play, meaning we all hit him with our head before he got on the ground. We're coming in like torpedoes. You know what I mean? And if you can get a helmet on him before he hits the ground, you get a hit. And whoever had the most hits, so it wasn't tackles. Hits, baby! Hit! We have a woman from Wetumpka who sounds British but says she isn't. Go to Dana in Wetumpka. Dana wants to talk about the CTE story. Dana, thanks for your patience. Go ahead.
No, it's no problem. I had actually talked to you guys about 4 years ago when I started talking these different languages after the tornado in 2011. And we are now looking at the possibility of the CTE.
Is this British accent that I hear right now from something that just came out of nowhere? You've never been or lived in that part of the world. You're from Wetumpka, Alabama?
I was actually born and raised in Phoenix City, Alabama. I've never been across a pond.
Phoenix City.
Okay. So you've never left, never been over to England, and you say
never lived around British people or Australian that would have that
this accent has come to you while you grew up in Phoenix City, Alabama, now live in Wetumpka, and have never gone across, as you said, the pond.
Correct.
So you're telling me this came out of nowhere?
Correct. I first talked like a babe, and then I talked like Elmer Fudd, and then Jocelyn Wilson, and then it's been North and South England, North and South Australia.
Were you hit by debris during the tornadoes?
A lot of it. I'll just say, honestly, it was 742 staples throughout my body. Over 400 were simply nowhere but in my brain.
So
not my brain, my skull.
You're right. So yes, the tornadoes, you had head trauma and all sorts of trauma from the tornado damage that came through in 2011.
Correct. In eclectic Alabama.
The past languages you've spoke, do you ever go back to that, or do you recall any of those, or do you just move on to something new?
Thank you.
I do recall them. I can still, like I said, I still know a few of the words.
How about Elmer Fudd? Does he ever show up again?
I was really zooming in on Elmer Fudd.
I knew you were.
I hate to say that.
So you don't go back to those.
It is sporadic. And
so there's no real timetable. You could switch at any time.
Every time I have a mini stroke, every time I get extremely angry, any of those things cause it.
Are you saying you're like the Hulk and you can change, but instead of like changing body size, you change your language when you get mad?
Yes, sir. I have.
As you're rotating through all these, have you gone back to the Phoenix City accent at all?
No, I don't have Dirt Road Country no more.
Dirt Road Country no more.
I thought I heard a little change just then.
I did too.
All right, and your doctor says this, and we have had stories about this.
Yeah.
That this is a phenomenon they continue to study.
Oh wow!
and it is called foreign accent syndrome.
Okay. Do you find yourself doing other things that would go along with the accent's culture? At 4 o'clock today, will you have tea, yes or no?
Tea and crumpets.
I will have tea and biscuit.
You see what I'm saying? When you were Elmer Fudd, did you shoot a rabbit?
No, they don't let me have a gun no more.
Well, I would think
Yeah,
not.
That's probably best for all.
Right off the list.
Yeah.
Sharon says she went to school with Dana. Sharon?
Yes. I mean, I went to high school with her, and yes, she had a regular accent. I do know this tornado, she lost a daughter and a granddaughter, and when she got out of that coma, everything changed for her. When we had our 30th class reunion and she showed up with the accent, of course we were all stunned. But when you were around her long enough to know, you knew it wasn't a fake. There was nothing about it that was fake. And I got a call immediately and said, you need to call in and defend your friend because this is wrong. I mean,
I don't. I think they were just having general fun.
Somebody saying that they
Elmer Fudd is funny when she said Elmer, and she was laughing about us making.
Yeah, I mean, you got to admit if you start speaking Elmer Fudd, that's
fun.
I mean, that is.
I know. I mean,
you got to
we were
find a
all
little
like,
humor in
"Oh."
this.
Are you Dana's sister?
Yes.
Okay, so is there anything to add, or did Sharon do a pretty good job of covering it?
She did, but I'm 43, Dana's 53, so I've known Dana a lot longer than anybody else, and she had the whole Southern drawl.
Well, I hear you.
All my life.
She sounded like you, I guess.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, we were raised right here in Alabama, in central Alabama, and when she was in, right after the tornado, we got to the hospital. She come out of her surgery or whatever, and immediately she had the Cajun accent.
Dana, are you back?
Yes, sir.
Hello, Dana. Welcome back.
I'm sorry. I was only calling back to confirm something.
Okay.
The first 4 or 5 voices I spoke in, I was still in ICU at Tallahassee Community Hospital, and the only people that can confirm that is my family,
Okay.
and
They're
the
in on it.
medical staff and the surgeon.
Who would like to talk to her husband?
Are you married,
You
Dana?
want to talk to me, husband?
Yeah. Are you married?
Here I work.
Me does.
I am. Here I work.
Oh, he's at work. Okay. Well, yeah. Because I'd like to hear how. Because if you were in the areas of Alabama you talked about, you should have had a pretty thick.
Yeah, I want to hear what them
country
folks
accent.
Yeah, nothing like what we've got, but a real accent.
Right.
Is your husband a
Hello.
chimney sweep?
Okay. All right.
No, he's not.
He's not. Okay.
That's hilarious, though. I use that one. Can I use it?
Well, Dana, thanks for the call,
Yeah, thank you.
and I
What if
really
she-
appreciate your candor.
No problem. Never apologize because, I feel like I was saved for a reason, and I don't have a problem with answering any question.
Well, thank you for that. I appreciate your attitude. on
Yes,
that.
sir.
Thank you very much.
Y'all have a blessed day.
All right.
too.
Watch those trucks.
Thanks for being with us. We'll talk to you later.
All right, I'm out here on the patio with the interns. According to some people on social media, Smokey, our intern here, looks sad all the time. So that brought about the question, what intern actually is the least happy intern?
You kind of want to lose.
We got Elena and Rachel here. This is our round 1. They're gonna go against each other. All right, the rules are you have to fill your mouth with water all the way to the brim. No laughing, no smiling, no swallowing. First person to do any of that loses. Let's find out which intern is the least happy. Okay, here we go.
Smiling's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Here we go. Begin.
All right, guys.
Championship round. Okay, begin. No laughing. Wow. It's getting intense. So intense. Okay. The Rick and Bubba saddest intern.
Yahoo!
Let me go ahead and mark that one up.
This lady's full of